Hi, this is Scribbly again. This video here is part of the Fountain Pen for Beginners series, like a series of fountain pen guides, especially for people that are new, more or less new to the fountain pen world. But I hope it's also useful for some more advanced fountain pen users. So that video here is going to be on fountain pen filling systems, and it's going to be there's going to be an emphasis on piston fillers, because piston filling is maybe a filling system that not everyone is familiar with. So basically, when it comes to filling a fountain pen with ink so that you can write with it, there are, three basic filling systems. There are more filling systems, but the three filling systems that you will find most often are, of course, ink cartridges. This is what probably everyone will know. The regular, standard, international short ink cartridges holding about 0.75 milliliters of ink. The Lamy ones that are a little bit longer, they contain about 1.1 milliliters of ink or something like that. So that is system number one. The second system, if you do not want to use ink cartridges, because of course you're a little bit more restricted when it comes to ink colors. This here is Kaweco Caramel Brown. There's blue ink, there's red ink, there's green ink, but normally there's only one type of brown, one type of blue, one type of red, and of course you have the reds and blues of different manufacturers such as, Pilots, Kaweco, Pelikan, and so forth. But of course a whole other world opens to you when you use bottled fountain pen ink. This here is a Pilot Iroshizuku Konpeki, a 50 milliliter bottle. And with bottled ink, I think it just Pilot does like 3 or 5 different kinds of blue. And of course, there's a ton of other ink, Pelikan Diamine, Sailor, Noodlers, Roron, Klingner, you name it. If you use bottled ink, you have access to many, many, many more different colors of ink. Filling system number 2 and 3 have to do with bottled ink. And how do you get bottled ink into a fountain pen? Of course, you could like write those one empty and then just use a syringe. Attach a needle to the syringe, suck up ink from a bottle. Suck up ink from a bottle, attach a needle to it, and then like just squeeze it back into the cartridge. But that's probably not the most elegant way. So in order to use bottled ink, fountain pen manufacturers came up with something that is called a converter. And what you do with the converter is like either you dip the converter into the ink, like that. You dip the converter into the ink bottle, you unscrew the cap, dip the converter into the ink bottle, and then just screw in the converter. And what the converter will do is it will basically suck up ink like a syringe. It's the same effect. So that is filling option number 2. You have a fountain pen, unscrew the section. Filling option number 1, if your fountain pen takes standard international cartridges. The video just got interrupted at this point, so we just cut back in here. So I was talking about the first filling option, which was the standard international cartridge that you just click into the section and then you screw the barrel back on, and then you're good to go with writing. The second option, if you want to use bottled ink, of course, is the piston converter that you screw down like this, like you see it here. Then you just put it into the section here, like that. Then you submerge nib and feed into the ink bottle and you just suck up ink, like this, right? So then the feed will already contain ink, and you don't need to wait until ink, which is called priming the feed, and you don't have to wait until the ink comes down here through the feed so that you can start writing. So just put that thing down, submerge into ink, and then turn the knob, and suck up ink. So this is if you use what I want to call standard pens. And then there is one type of pen, and that's where I wanted to have the emphasis on, or just to explain what kind of pen it is in that video here, which is called a piston filler, and I have a Twisby Echo with me here. So essentially, this converter and the piston filler is exactly the same thing. You see, that one has a piston in here and it has a knob that I could now turn, which I don't do because the pen contains ink. That is exactly the same thing than that one here. And it has the same effect, does the same thing, is the same technology. It's a piston that moves up and down in the ink barrel and it's able to suck up ink. The advantage with those piston fillers, and like many Pelican pens are piston fillers, they're just not clear, so like you can't really see the ink sloshing around in the barrel here that you can see with the Twisby Echo, and I think that looks really cool. So essentially, you do the same thing, right? You just submerge the nib and feed into the ink, and then you would turn the knob here, and what the pen will do is just the piston will move up here. If it's down, it will move up here and suck up ink into the pen. So this was the video about the 3 different filling mechanisms that you find in fountain pens, or the 3 most common ones: ink cartridges, and then with bottled ink, converters, and the piston filler. I hope this was useful, and I'll see you at the next video.